Peace. So I've been out here fasting. I'm in the middle of a 14-day water fast. And one of the things I've been thinking about, right, is and experiencing and realizing is just this truth of this mucus elimination and things like that. You know what I mean? Through bowel movements. So I wanted to explain a little bit about my experience with these I guess what you could call the master teachers, the people that I've learned from, even though I've never met in person, which of course would be Dr. Sebi. And then, of course, this other man, it's a German man named Arnold Ehret, I think. I don't know how to pronounce his name exactly, but he's the author of the well known book, should be well known, book called The Mucusless Diet Healing System. And there's also another book he wrote called Rational Fasting. Now, these two pieces of literature have been for me the pinnacle of what I've learned about nutrition. And the way I see like Dr. Sebi, he's got a lot to offer. I've seen some of his lectures, you know what I mean? Of course, I've studied his nutrition list. Um, but it's like I don't think he's enough of, or for me, it wasn't enough teaching. It was more kind of like, come get my products, come to my spot and let me heal you. I don't really know because I didn't look into it that deep. But it's kind of like, for me, I benefited greatly from the literature. You know what I mean? And what I noticed is that from this mucusless healing system and the rational fasting and all the literature this guy's put out, um, Arnold Ehret, it's like that's where Dr. Sebi's basic premise comes from. You know what I mean? I don't know. Rest in peace, both of them. Rest in peace, Dr. Sebi. I'm not trying to like say anything bad about him, but it's kind of like, why does he never want to promote literature? He's got a video where he's like, I've read this guy, I've read that guy, I've read that guy, and he's never promoting, but he's like, you don't need books. Almost as if he doesn't want anyone to find Ehret's book. Because then the jig is up. That's where all his information comes from. Now, what Dr. Sebi adds on with is the master herbalism, levels of herbalism and using herbs, and I'm not at that level. I don't know about that. But what I do know is that herbalism is not effective until you get on this mucus list, until you cleanse your body. This You're not doing anything with the herbs. You're just placebo effect. You're just, oh, I'm using natural medicine, blah, blah. You know what I mean? You need to cleanse your body like thoroughly. And as far as understanding what a thorough detox or cleanse is, that literature that I had mentioned by that German man Arnold Ehret, like that was it for me. I know there's other ones, you know what I mean? Excuse me. I know there's other pieces of literature, but that book for me was it. So what I wanted to do is just explain a little bit my path as far as what led me into that. Like I think it was 2010. I was a vegan, and I was also very interested in exploring the so-called spiritual sciences, esoteric sciences, metaphysics, the quantum reality of the fullness of who we are as human beings. Okay, and I was listening to a lecture by another man, rest in peace, Delbert Blair, who's like well known for like as a so-called pioneer for breaking down like melanin and metaphysics and how the correlation and things like that, the pineal gland and electromagnetism and those types of sciences. Okay, and I just remember I was a vegan at that point, but I wasn't really into raw foods. And I know this man isn't even like really a nutritionist, but I remember during one of his lectures he had said like you got to be eating the raw living foods, and you need to be drinking them in liquid form so they get into your bloodstream quicker. For whatever reason, it's like that all resonated with me. So that was kind of like what it was always about with me with veganism. It was never about like this earth, this eco-friendly earth animal compassion stuff. Like it was always about like the health and the fullness of the human being, who we really are. You know what I mean? That's what it was always about for me. Like that was always my motivation. So anyways, that's where that started. I got really into it. Then that led me into Dr. Sebi. And I got a chance to see some lectures by Dr. Sebi. You know what I mean? I got a chance to check out his nutrition list. Um, but it really, for me, it wasn't enough because I'm not the type that's like, oh, okay, let me go buy this guy's stuff. You know what I mean? I want to know. You know what I mean? I'm like on that self-sufficient type, like self-sustaining, you know what I mean? Like tell me how to do it for myself, then I'll be happy. You know what I mean? So yeah, continued along. I believe at some point I pretty much was like, yeah, that's it. You need electric foods. You need to eat electric foods and drink water. But I didn't have that other the other level of understanding that I do now. Like, um, so anyways, I got a chance to see a video by my cousin. Actually shared a video with me by another scholar and lecturer out here on YouTube named Dr. Ali Muhammad. And I watched that video a little bit. It was about melanin and nitrogen, if you want to watch it. But that's how I got introduced to this book, the Mucus List book. And once I read that book, it's like, wow. I think I actually got introduced to rational fasting first. You know what I mean? Because I download the free PDFs. So I found I just typed the dude's name in. I got the rational fasting. Then after like lots of Googling and internet searching, I found the actual mucusless book itself, the mucusless diet healing system, the PDF version. It's like a photocopy version, you know what I mean? But I was able to read the book. So, and he breaks everything down on that level to where now I can take ownership of the information, which is what's most important to me. You know what I mean? I'm not too concerned about where the information comes from. It's just I need to be able to take ownership. And if it's really just one book that can make me feel that way, come on, guys. You know what I mean? So that was something. That's another just a little video I wanted to make real quick. I've been fasting and I just been thinking a little bit about the relationship between those two, like Dr. Sebi and this dude Arnold Ehret. You know what I mean? And what it takes to really heal oneself. That's the thing. I don't think that people are really aware of how backed up our digestive systems are. So you read those books by that man, Arnold Ehret, you're going to get a much better understanding of what real cleansing is. Um, yeah. So anyways, I'm 14 days in. I'm like, wow, like I still feeling a little bit of detox symptoms, you know. But anyways, I'll be back with more videos. Peace.